Hi, welcome to my video on the classification of triangles. Triangles can be classified in two ways. One is by its sides, the length of its sides, and the other way is by the size of its angles. In section A here, we're going to classify it by the length of its sides. An equilateral triangle, equal, all sides equal. So notice they're all marked with one stroke, so they're all equal. They're all marked with a 3, so they're all equal. An isosceles triangle has two sides equal. So I can have that one equal to that one, and this one is marked different. Or I can mark this one with a 4 and a 4, and mark this one with a 3. So there's two sides equal. So note, the strokes indicate the sides that are equal 1, 2. That one is not equal to those. And those two are equal, 4, 4. And that's 3, so only two sides are equal. A scalene has no sides equal. So no sides equal, I can mark 1, I can mark a 2, and I can mark a 3. Means all three sides are different. And if I put the lengths on the sides, I can go 6, 5, and 8. So 6, 5, and 8 are all different, so scalene. So scalene triangle has no sides equal. Isosceles, two sides equal. Equilateral, all sides equal. Practice. Pause the video, work these out to see if you're right. Classify each triangle by its sides. Note, two sides equal. Isosceles. Two sides. That one equals that one. That's not equal. And 3 strokes, 2 strokes, 1 strokes, no sides equal. Scalene. And 3 strokes, 3 strokes, 3 strokes, it's equilateral. E-Q-U-I-L. Equilateral. All sides equal. And a 3, 5, and a 7, no sides equal, so it's scalene. And 6, and 8 are two sides equal. This one is not equal to 6, so it's an isosceles, two sides equal. And 10, 10, 10, all sides are the same length, so it's equilateral. Okay, let's continue. How about classifying a triangle by the measures of its angles? The measure of its angles. An acute triangle has all angles acute. That means that all angles are less than 90. So if I make that an 80, pretend it's an 80, pretend that's a 70, that's 150, so this must be a 30, because all angles have to add up to 180. So if all angles are acute, you have an acute triangle. A right triangle is one angle is a right angle. One angle has got 90 degrees. So if I make this angle 90 degrees right there by putting a little square in the corner, a rectangle, square, then that's a right angle by doing that. Or I can mark it with a 90-degree angle. So note a right angle, right triangle. Obtuse. An obtuse angle is one angle is obtuse. An obtuse triangle has one angle obtuse. And an obtuse angle is between 90 and 180. So if I come out here and I go straight up, I get a 90, but this is more than 90. So let's say it's, for argument's sake, about a 140. So if that angle is 140, then the two of these must add up to 40 by themselves. But an obtuse triangle is an obtuse angle. Note. An equilateral triangle, equal means equilateral is all sides equal. Equiangular means all angles are equal. So if all angles are equal, that means you have 180 degrees in a triangle, and the 3 angles are equal. If you divide 3 into 180, you get 60 each. So each angle is 60 degrees. 60, 60, 60. Each angle has 60 degrees, because if you add them all up, you get 180, and they're equal, 60 degrees each. Practice. Pause the video and classify the triangles according to its angles. Number 1, got a right angle, so it's a right. Notice RT for right, RT is a short abbreviation for right triangle. Obtuse, you got 140, so it's an obtuse triangle because you got an obtuse angle. And you got 70, 80, and 30. Coincidence, I picked those numbers down here, it just came at the top of my head. But it's an acute triangle. All angles are acute. 60, 60, 60 and 60 add up to 120. So therefore, what's left over? Well, 180 subtract 120 is 60. So the 60, 60, that angle is 60. Therefore, it has to be equal angular. Notice angular is going with angles. And number 5, if two lines intersect like that, where they intersect, the opposite angles are equal. So that's a 60. So that's 60 and 30. 60 and 30 makes 90. So if you subtract it from 180, you get a 90-degree angle left. So that's a 90-degree angle right there. And be careful in geometry. Sometimes the books or the teachers do not draw to be exactly looking like a 90 or looking like a 60 or whatever it may be, but be careful. So that's a right triangle, RT. It's a right triangle because one angle is a right angle. Oh, number 6, two straight lines intersecting again, opposite angles are equal. And two straight lines intersecting here, so this angle is also 80. We call opposite angles equal or vertically opposite angles equal. And you got 40 and 80 makes 120. Subtract from 180 and you get 60. So that angle there is 60. And notice that all the angles are less than 90, so that's an acute triangle according to angles. Practice. Classify each by sides and angles this time. Look at this one. You got two sides equal and the other one is not. So by sides, it's isosceles. According to angles, you have a right angle, so it's a right triangle. Isosceles. And according to sides here, I have 1, 2, 3. None of them equal, so it's a scalene. S-C-A-L-E-N-E. And we got 120 and 40. 120 and 40 makes 160. So this one is a 20 because 180 minus 160 is 20 degrees. So that means, according to angles, or it's obtuse. So notice you have an obtuse angle. So you got a 120-degree angle, then it's obtuse. Notice if you got one obtuse angle, let's say more than 100, you can't have any more because one angle is 100 degrees. The other ones got to be less than the difference of 80. So one obtuse angle is an obtuse triangle. And I have two sides equal. This one is not equal to those two, so it's isosceles. And you have 70, 70, and 40. So all the angles are less than 90, so it's an acute triangle according to angles. Number 4, I got 7, 7, 7. All sides are equal, so it's EQU. Equal, EQUILAT, equilateral. And because all sides are equal, therefore all the angles are going to be equal. So that means these angles are 60, 60, 60. 3 sides equal, 3 angles equal. So that means it's equal, EQUIANGUL, equal angular. Just be careful. All sides equal, equilateral. All angles equal, equal angular. Okay. A few questions I have to ask now. That's to help you in your thinking. Can a triangle have two obtuse angles? Explain. Well, if you draw a triangle and you have one obtuse angle, let's say this angle is 120 degrees. That's obtuse. That means that if you take 180 and subtract 120, there you get 60. That means that these two angles, this one and this one, must add up to 60. So if that's 120 and these two have to add up to 60 to give you the triangle, you can only have one obtuse angle, only one obtuse angle in a triangle, not two. And that's the explanation. Can a triangle have two right angles? Well, if you got a right angle, here's a right triangle, make it a right angle right there. That's 90 degrees. So 180, subtract the right angle, which is 90 degrees, you get 90 left. So that means that this angle right here and this one add up to 90. So if they add up to 90, that means each of them have to be acute. So those angles are acute. So you can only have one right angle in a triangle, one right angle in a triangle, one obtuse angle in a triangle. Notice the triangle symbol. I don't have to spell it out. What about the number of sides equal compared to the number of angles equal? Well, if you got three sides equal, how many angles do you have equal? Well, the answer is 3. 3 sides equal is equilateral. If the 3 sides are equal, the 3 angles had to be equal. If you got 2 sides equal, you have 2 angles equal. So if a triangle is isosceles, it will have 2 sides equal, it'll automatically have 2 angles equal. If a triangle has no sides equal, then it'll have no angles equal. So no sides equal, no angles equal. So a scalene triangle has no sides equal, it'll have no angles equal. Again, the number of sides equal is the same as the number of angles equal. If a triangle is equilateral, then it is equiangular. Each angle in an equilateral triangle, each angle is equal. 180 divided by 3 is the sum of the angles. It gives you 60 degrees each. So if a triangle is equilateral, it's equiangular. If it's equiangular, it's equilateral. That's just a review on the classification of triangles and their angles. And if you like what I've shown you, then you can click on, if you are already not a subscriber to my channel, then you can click on the like button, the subscribe button, click on the notification bell, because there are more videos that I'll be doing in the future. You can write a comment on my video if you wish. You may visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, and there you'll get information in, there's 3 sections. One is about me, my degrees and teaching experience, and the other one is on the videos, is the type of strategies you're going to use to help you learn your math. And the third one is the topics, the number of videos on each topic. And the black font is what's already online, and the red font is what will be there in the near future. So, thank you very much. Bye-bye.